Premier Heating and Air checks all the boxes. Google guarantee. Better Business Bureau A+ rating. 4.9 star with Google review. And the Premier guarantee. Experience the Premier difference today. Log on to premierheatingandair.com or call us at 478-300-2633.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are within the sound of my voice and you are able, if you would, please stand, remove your caps, and come to attention as we welcome the Vidalia Heritage Academy School Choir in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a tremendous round of applause for the Vidalia Heritage Academy School Choir for our rendition of our national anthem, and let that extend as well to the Vidalia Fire Department for the presentation of our American flag. Our thanks to all of those who serve.
Considers it a great honor to fly in the Navy Legacy Program and honor our veterans past, present, and future. Now, from your left, the Vic Barrel Roll. Now, like I said, our number 3 pilot is Marco Rusconi. He flies Cheryl Lynn, which is actually our only P-51D model Mustang. What you see before you today are 2 TF-51s, which stands for Trainer Fighter. This means that both SCAT-7 and the Little Witch have dual controls and dual cockpit. So that's right, whenever I get to fly backseat, I get to log Mustang time with these guys, and it is beyond my wildest dreams. Now, there are only around 25 TFs in the world today, so this is an incredible experience for you to be able to witness these awesome aircraft. Now, from the left, the Mustangs are setting up for the iconic Mustang split.
We met Jimmy.
dedicated to all of our active duty military members and our veterans in attendance today. Thank you for all you've done for us. Now, keep your eyes on Louie and Ariel as they reposition for a head-on cross. This maneuver takes a lot of practice and even more trust in your wingman, so don't blink, you might miss it. Have been flying a two-ship demo for a long time. They actually were traveling around the country on the air show circuit before they officially became the Jack Aces and brought our number 3 and myself on the team. Now you may be wondering, 1, how we got our name, 2, why I am number 5 instead of number 4, and 3, how a 20-year-old blonde got involved with all of this stuff. So let me tell you the story. Number 1, we are called the Jack Aces. Yes, and you can guess it, I'm trying really, really hard not to say something else on the mic in front of children. Now, if you know anything about Mustangs in the airshow industry, there's only been one other 3-ship formation aerobatic team in history, and they are our friends, and they were called the Horsemen. Now, when we got together and were putting together our formation routine, we had some friends that, told us we would never amount to anything more than, well, a couple of Jack Aces. And it stuck. So we made a whole brand out of it, and we have a blast. And I'm here to say that these guys rival them and put on one of the most incredible aerial displays that I've seen. And I've been on the circuit for a while. I was lucky enough to grow up under the wings of warbirds like Mustangs and Sea Fury. I was actually used for manual labor because I was the only one small enough to reach under the bellies and like oil. So you guessed it, my father is also a performer and is lucky enough to fly Mustangs, and I got roped in with these guys. I've been traveling around the country with them. This is my 2nd year, and it is truly a dream experience. Now, the next set of maneuvers you'll see are in the slot position. Now, if you don't know anything about the Mustang, there is a pretty large prop on the front of that thing. So when you see jets flying slot, it's actually a lot easier. You don't have to worry about this almost 12-foot diameter prop that's also producing a lot of lift. So our lead pilot, Louie, who is on the top, as you'll see, has to put an incredible amount of nose-down trim into the other aircraft to counteract these forces. So ladies and gentlemen, from your right, the slot loop. California, I had the incredible honor to fly in the backseat during the demo, and let me tell you, flying in that number 2 in the slot position is something I can't even describe how incredible it is. It feels like you can reach up through the canopy and touch the other Mustang. Now, Louie and Ariel are coming back in, showcasing the skill of precision flying with a spectacular slot roll.
We're at that. This is our time now. Our friends have gone through it, so that's what our world is.
Mid-State Pools and Spas can help you create the backyard you've always dreamed of having. Choose from special pool sizes and shapes, or let Mid-State Pools and Spas design one just for you. Pools qualify for home improvement loans. Interest rates is still low, so call now. Mid-State Pools and Spas, 275-0506. If your existing pool needs a new liner, Mid-State Pools and Spas can help with that too. So stop by one of our locations in Vidalia, Dublin, and Sandersville today. Mid-State Pools and Spas, Middle Georgia's most trusted pool dealer.
Our program is dedicated to the United States military and the American veteran, the true patriots of our country. We're going to take you back in time, 1968, South Vietnam. Our mission today is to rescue a downed pilot. The United States military had to adapt in an ever-changing battlefield of Vietnam. From the Central Highlands in the south to the Delta in the further south. U.S. forces were supportive of the Vietnamese Army, performed a variety of missions. Today, we have a downed pilot. Our Cobra comes in at show center. She's looking for the downed pilot. It looks like he found the downed pilot by the beeping sound of his survival radio, but it looks like he's taking fire near from the enemy. Notice how the Cobra gets into position quickly to engage the enemy with a return to target. The Cobra is going to be using its 7.62 minigun in the nose, 40mm grenade launcher right next to it, and 2.75 folding fin aerial rockets to engage the enemy. There were nearly 1,100 Cobras delivered from 1967 to 1973. Approximately 300 were lost in combat and accidents during the war. So as he's engaging the enemy, he's also calling in the QRF and the UH-1. The QRF is the Quick Reaction Force to try to rescue the downed crew member. Whenever an aircraft was shot down, enemy units nearby would try to immediately locate the downed aircraft and capture the crew and collect intelligence. Yeah. Wait. The Cobra's maneuvering to avoid enemy fire while he's engaging with his turret, which traverses 110 degrees left or right of center line, 60 degrees down and 30 degrees up. The Cobra could carry up to 72 2.75 fin folding aerial rockets, and each rocket would have the same impact as a 105 5mm grenade or artillery round. If you look to your left, you'll see that the Cobra is called in the Huey to try to rescue the downed crew member. You'll notice that the Cobra is escorting him in, and eventually he'll go to a higher altitude to get out of small arms range and protect any other helicopters in the area. Many times in Vietnam, there were no medevac birds available. Thus, any aircrew that could hear the call for help would go and extract the personnel needing to be lifted out. Many of those aircrews received valorous awards for their actions, such as the missions today. The Huey helicopter you see is a real combat veteran helicopter flown by combat veterans. The Huey lands, the QRF commander quickly locates the downed pilot and repositions around the pilot to save him. The Cobra continues to provide suppressive fire throughout the engagement. During the war, 7,013 UH-1s served in Vietnam. Of those, 3,305 were destroyed. In total, 1,074 Huey pilots were killed and another 1,100 crew members. I will. Medevac helicopters flew nearly 500,000 missions and evac over 900,000 patients. There were over 9 million military personnel that served during active duty in the Vietnam era. Of that group, 2.7 million served in uniform in Vietnam, representing 9.7% of their generation. Last but not least, we lost 58,148 personnel killed in action. All right. This month, April 2026, is the 51st anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. We salute all those who served. Now they're assisting, the QRF is assisting the pilot back to the Huey, while the Cobra provides suppressive fire for any enemy that may be left in the area. As the Huey clears the LZ, the Cobra will now go back in for one final rocket run to suppress the enemy in the area. Perhaps nothing is identified with the Vietnam War more than the sound of the Huey helicopter and its wop wop wop. An entire generation remembers the Huey's distinctive sound. Perhaps at no other time do seconds count as much that when measured by the American service members' need for rescue, resupply, and medical attention. There are many men and women still alive today because of the helicopter's role in combat operations. Maybe some of those same men and women are here today. As our aircraft line up to do a passing review, let me tell you about the flight crews. The Liftbird, the UH-1, today was flown by CW-4 retired Scott Amerson and CW-4 Andrew Sentif. The Door Gunners, Dave Grogan and Tech Sergeant Andreas Journey. The Cobra was flown by U.S. Marine Corps retired Lieutenant Colonel Peyton DeHart and Air Force Lieutenant Colonel retired Mike Needham. The Vietnam changed the way America wages war and air mobility worked, and it worked very well. Army aviation is an integral part of today's Army, and we are proud of the men and women who maintain and fly these aircraft. Army aviation has shown many times, again and again, that is up to the task and ready to stand to serve.
Hello, my name is Paris Williams with Take It to Paris Home Care, your structured family caregiving provider. If you have a disabled loved one that's on Medicaid, did you know that you can get paid? Give us a call at 478-772-3044. We have some amazing team members that will be happy to help you and walk you through this process of getting paid to take care of your loved one. Again, my name is Paris Williams with Take It to Paris Home Care.
Scott has been flying for over 40 years. He bought a Pitts Special many decades ago, later a Giles 202, but it was in 2013 that he bought this airplane, which is bar none one of the most athletic airplanes available. He's going to climb to altitude for his air start, about 2,000 to 2,500 feet above the ground, nearly half a mile above us. And once he turns that smoke on, he's going to be diving in from the left to begin this display at nearly 300 miles per hour. He has been cleared into the box, high and to our left. The 2026 Vidalia Onion Festival Air Show is proud to present Mr. Scott Francis and the American-made superplane, the MXS. Oh, he's cooking. Let's watch him go. A grueling 9G pull into the vertical as it now rolls the airplane some 420 degrees per second roll rate on that aircraft as he continues to roll and run all out of up. He's going to cap it on the top, swap ends, and bring it right back down towards the ground. Look at the agility and the speed of this incredible all-carbon fiber, very lightweight and very capable airplanes, allowing Scott to turn on a dime and think no different. We're going to watch him now as he pulls up and over the top, looking at us from the inverted position, hanging on by his seatbelts and shoulder harnesses as he goes through this, the big Barnstormers Loop at Show Center. He'll bring it around the backside, coming back through. There's about 7 Gs, some 260 miles. Scott Francis Francis has logged more than 8,000 total hours of flying time in more than 40 different kinds of airplanes. He's a captain for a major U.S. airline, which is interesting because he doesn't identify which one, which is probably a good thing because I would make myself inevitably late for any airplane that Scott Francis is flying. Let's watch to the right on the 45. This is called the outside tumble. 3, 2, 1, forward, stick it, around we go. The smoke comes back on from the right. There's 200, 220, 240 miles an hour as it goes to the inverted position. We were talking about those positive G's that push you into the seat. This is the opposite. These are negative G's, and boy, are they uncomfortable. He'll experience about -5 G's as the airspeed increases. It is one of the most uncomfortable maneuvers, and in fact, Scott will even see red or shades of pink as all the blood washes up to his brain. It is remarkably unpleasant in that cockpit. Let's give it up, everybody, for Scott Francis and the full outside loop. Using every inch of our aerobatic airspace out there. Let's watch for the snap rolls on the downline. There's 1, 2, and 3, going for 4, and 5, 6. He'll stop it. To the right end, right into the vertical once more as he punches for altitude, running all out of that airspeed. He'll slow the airplane down. Watch him. This is called the hammerhead turnaround. Watch him as he runs out of airspeed, kicks it hard on the left rudder, turns on a dime and gives you 8.5 cents change, going into the full upright flat spin. That's a maneuver that was at one time in aviation history thought to be unrecoverable, but performed with finesse and absolute precision. Let's put our hands together, everybody, for Scott Francis. To the left, upside down, transitioning from that negative G flight or zero ballistic flight attitude into the positive G as he approaches from the left. This is called the rapid fire for Scott Francis. Watch, this is some 12 positive G's on this turn. Rolling left, rolling right, and that's gotta hurt as he now rolls around to the inverted. Watch that! Oh, man! About 7 negative G's trying to throw him out of that cockpit. He'll climb it vertical for the Humpty Bump maneuver now and brings it right back down towards terra firma. Scott Francis invites you to check him out online at scottfrancisairshows.com to learn more about the MXS. This is one of just about 50 or so that have ever been built of these American-made super planes. Built for one purpose and one purpose only, and it is high-energy, bone-crushing, down and dirty power aerobatics. This is the Slideliner. Take a look at that flying slideways out there. The wings no longer creating any lift whatsoever, just the engine and the lift from the tail dragging them along. That Lycon engine generates about 350 horsepower, but for an airplane that weighs less than my economy car at home, about 1,100 pounds, it gives Scott Francis a nearly 1-to-1 thrust ratio, enabling him to perform maneuvers once thought to be impossible just 4 decades ago. Scott Francis, a guy who's been flying for well over 40 years. He's been flying aerobatics for 20 of those years. He's a third-generation aviator. His father, a test pilot. His grandfather, an airline pilot. And today, Scott, just one of a handful of air show pilots flying the very capable MXS aircraft. Up and over the top, look for those snap rolls. There they are. As he completes that, the Super Avalanche, a loop with 5 snap rolls on the top. I don't know about you, but that's a whole lot of hashtag heck no for me. And even at relatively slow speed of flight, the MXS remains very controllable and very agile. And Scott is going to set up from the right to slow the airplane down to a crawl and demonstrate that incredible thrust-to-weight ratio I was telling you about. Check it out. This is what we call the high alpha pass. And with enough wind at altitude, he can sometimes put that thing in park and even fly backwards if he's got enough wind up there. But today on a hot day, he has to keep those engine temperatures in check. That's the high alpha pass, high alpha or high AOA. Back inbound from the left, upside down, his inverted pass. Watch how fast this airplane can roll. Well, what do you think, Vidalia? Do you like Scott Francis? Yeah, he's good. We're going to watch him to the right. He wants to say a very big thanks to his sponsors, to include that of MX Aircraft, Boeing Aero, Sky Dynamics, Tempest Aviation Products, Wheelit Aerospace Technologies, Quiet Earth Technologies, EarthX Batteries, to Dream Scheme Designs, and Light Up Aircraft Engines. Continuing to tear this sky into a ton of little tiny pieces. Let's sit back and enjoy and watch this aggressive three-dimensional flying style of the one and only Scott Francis. Now, I want you to get your cameras out and at the ready because we're going to see a very impressive maneuver coming up next. It's called the torque roll. The origins of this particular figure goes all the way back to 1972 to the great late Charlie Hillard, who at the time used this maneuver to win the gold in unlimited aerobatic competition. We're going to watch Scott Francis now as he pulls vertical. The smoke comes off. He's going to roll the airplane around to the left, and instead of pulling the power back, he's going to push the power in using the torque of that propeller and the engine turn in one direction to force the airplane to turn in the other. He's hands off, backing it up. There's 30, 40, 50 miles an hour in reverse, and there's the recovery. Let's give it up, everybody, for Scott Francis and the torque roll. Now, Scott is going to climb out in front of us, and we're going to take this opportunity to say hello to Scott live from the cockpit and see how he's doing in the skies of Vidalia today. Hey, Scott, it's Luke. How do you copy?
Hey, Luke, loud and clear. Man, I'm just having a great time up here. What a fantastic day for an air show. I want to thank everybody for bringing their friends and family out and sharing in this occasion with us. And a special shout out today for a good friend of mine, Marshall Lucas. Marshall brought his dad, Mark, out, and his grandfather, Tom. Guys, thank you so much for coming out here to share this day with us. Also want to thank the rest of the sponsors that worked so hard to bring this together every 2 years. What a great event and what a beautiful place to do it. Folks, I'm absolutely honored to be part of this. Thanks for having me. Luke, back to you, my friend. We're going to make 2 more passes, and I'll see you on the ground.
Copy that, sir. Live from the cockpit, Scott Francis in the MXS, setting up for one more pass as part of his performance this afternoon. Scott Francis from Montclair, Virginia, in the insanely amazing MXS aircraft from the right. He's got a little more fuel on board. 2 more passes from the left. Now watch him. He's upside down. It is not uncommon for pilots like Scott Francis, after they complete their power aerobatic routines, to look like they have gone through about an hour-and-a-half long cardio sesh. Talk about a way to burn some calories indeed. He's going to cool it off high and to the right. He's climbed up very quickly to around 3,000 feet. This is going to be the photo pass, everybody. So if you're out there with your cameras, or if you maybe just have the Mark I smartphone like me, if you hold them sideways, you'll get a much better shot. Inbound from the right, it's his last pass.
Mid-State Tractor and Equipment's Kubota KX line of excavators are on display today. From farm to backyard, this lineup of mini excavators has a size for any job. Groundbreaking performance with comfort in a compact environment. Its powerful, well-balanced arm and bucket allow the operator to dig faster with more efficiency even in the toughest conditions. Designed for efficiency, built for stability, created for comfort. You can count on the Kubota KX lineup of mini excavators. So come see us today at Mid-State Tractor and Equipment. Products you can count on, a name you can trust. And look for our new location coming soon to Fire Tower Road.
The airplane that RJ's flying, hardly an aerobatic hot rod, but a decathlon traces its roots back to the 80-year-old Olympic champ. But when it lacks in performance, RJ makes up for with muscle, athleticism, and a whole lot of run. There is no hiding your mistake. I want to tell you about how RJ developed a passion for aerobatics through radio control flying. He started competing at the age of 16 and even represented the United States on the world stage in indoor precision and freestyle championships. Remote control flying gave RJ a strong background for the unique brand of aerobatic flying that you're watching right now.
How this is gonna go. Touch me and you'll never be alone. Island breeze and legs down low. No one has to know. In the middle of the night, my dreams. You should see the things we do, baby. In the middle of the night, my dreams.
RJ got his airplane, learned aerobatics, and made his airshow debut, all in the span of just 1 year. You can't say he's not dedicated. And if you're interested in aerobatics and want to be a part of that amazing community, you need to join the International Aerobatic Club to connect with aerobatic pilots and enthusiasts in the United States and around the world. You can check it out at IAC.org.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom. RJ wants to see your point of view, so share your videos and tag him. Follow RJ on Instagram at RJ Gritter and also on Facebook at RJ Gritter Air Shows. Special thanks to Garmin Aviation, proud sponsor of RJ Gritter Air Shows. From the Garmin Pilot app to his panel-mounted avionics, Garmin guides RJ through the skies and makes cross countries from show to show seamless with the best in situational awareness.
Somebody shine a light. I'm frozen by the fear in me. Somebody make me feel love inside
As he climbs for his final maneuver, RJ would like to thank Horizon Hobby, TAC Aero, Campus Aero Group, Hartzell Propeller, Goodyear, Wheelan Aerospace Technologies, BNC Specialty Products, Aircraft Spruce, and Aeroline Design. The support of these industry leaders allows RJ to fly at the top of his game. Now he's gaining altitude, and he'll dive in for his signature maneuver. This is the slow roll, and RJ does it like nobody else. Look high and to your left. Get your cameras ready. This is RJ Gritter in the best slow roll you've ever seen at an air show.
You ready? Let's go.
Right now, he's rolling to the left with right rudder to keep him from diving towards the ground. Now the controls are reversed, forward stick to keep the nose above the ground. Now he's putting in left rudder and backing off a little bit on the aileron to keep the roll rate the same. This is a lesson in mastery, folks. What do you think of RJ Gritter?
And he's out, ladies and gentlemen of Vidalia. Let's give it up for RJ Gritter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time that we turn things over to the team. I've got a very simple question for you. Are you ready for the Blue Angels? Yeah, no. Hey, I want to let you know that this is in fact the 9th time the Blue Angels have been part of the Vidalia Onion Festival, going all the way back to 2003. I'm ready, but I can't hear you. Vidalia, are you ready for the Blue Angels? The next voice that you will hear will be the narrator for the team, and he is Blue Angel number 7, and he is Lieutenant Ronnie Hafeza. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and honor I present to you your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron takes pleasure in performing for you this, our 10th flight demonstration of the 2026 season. I'm Lieutenant Ronnie Hafeza, narrator for the Blue Angels. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, inspiring a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here in the skies over Vidalia, Georgia, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation, so you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Now, direct your attention to the ramp before you and observe the military manner in which the 6 demonstration pilots approach their aircraft and are saluted by their crew chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Chantilly, Virginia, Major Scott Watts. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Freeport, Maine, Lieutenant Commander Connor O'Donnell. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Beaufort, South Carolina, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Wilkins. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Geneva, Illinois, Lieutenant Chris Hubin. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Thousand Oaks, California, Lieutenant Cam Schneider. Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Canton, Connecticut, Captain Adam Robin. As the crew chiefs assist the pilots into their jets, you are witnessing the teamwork found in all Navy and Marine Corps units. The Blue Angels take a great deal of pride in personifying the Navy and Marine Corps values of honor, courage, and commitment. For more information on our support teams and our pilots, we invite you to follow us on social media, including Facebook and Instagram. There you'll find exclusive photos and videos, as well as an in-depth look at our organization and how we operate.
I know, but...
The Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels, is the oldest performing U.S. military aviation demonstration team. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have brought naval aviation to men and women of all ages across America. We were first based at Naval Air Station Jacksonville, Florida, flying F-6F Hellcats. We continued flying Grumman Corporation aircraft for 22 years, transitioning in late 1946 to the more powerful and faster F-8F Bearcat. In 1950, we transitioned to jet aircraft with the arrival of the straight-wing F-9F2 Panther, the predecessor of the swept-wing F-9F8 Cougar, which we received in 1955. In 1957, the Blue Angels became equipped with high-performance aircraft with the arrival of the supersonic F-11F Tiger. In 1969, We received the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom and flew the supersonic jet until 1974, when we transitioned to the A-4 Skyhawk. In 1987, we acquired the Boeing F-18 Hornet and demonstrated its reliability over the course of 34 show seasons. We are now in our 6th year of flying the combat-proven Boeing F-18 Super Hornet. The pilots and crew chiefs will now start the General Electric engines that power the F-18. The noise level will soon become too loud to hear a description of the checks they will perform. However, please note that each aircraft was carefully inspected by expert Blue Angels maintenance personnel prior to this afternoon's aerial demonstration. The Blue Angels fly the Boeing F-18 Super Hornet, a multi-mission strike fighter, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 2001.
Hi, I'm Mike Anderson, the owner of Samson Steel Structures, and I want to personally thank you for helping make us the #1 independent dealer with steel buildings and structures. If you're in the market for a high quality, low price metal building, make sure you come see our beautiful display models at our 5-star dealership located at 2812 Highway 257, Dublin, Georgia. Whether you're looking for a barn, a garage, a barn dominium, or even a business or church, we have design specialists that will sit down with you, get to know you, take their time with you, and go over every need to make sure your building is just perfect for your property. We offer rent to own with no credit check, and depending on your location and with approved credit, we have lenders that will finance the concrete, the building, or both. Neither will require your home or your land for collateral. Just call one of our representatives for all your building needs. And if you want to get creative, we also have an online 3D builder where you can design your own building. And that is at our website, samsonsteelstructures.com. So when you think of the best, remember we are a 5-star company with an A1 rating with the Better Business Bureau and members of our local Chamber of Commerce. We serve 17 states with free installation and the shortest lead times in the industry. Just call us. 478-205-5340. And don't forget, we're right next to City on a Hill. So drop by today. Once again, 2812 Highway 257, Dublin, Georgia.
Captain Brian calls smoke on. Off brakes now. Burners ready now. And the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice the smoke is no longer visible while the engines are an afterburner. The Diamond will experience up to 4 times the force of gravity through this looping maneuver. Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond Roll. All three aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. Two solo pilots are approaching to demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they'll roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Captain Brian's command, all three pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond Aileron Roll. Here's Captain Brian. Pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell and Major Locks will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus. For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow speed flight is just as important as high speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty slow speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Captain Brian has called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks by the four Diamond pilots. As they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today, from the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop.
With the old, in with the cool. Premier Heating and Air has discounted new systems starting at $1,500. Save $1,500 and more on new systems. Log on to Premier Heating and Air or call 478-300-2633. Experience a Premier difference today. Out with the old, in with the cool. Restrictions may apply, cannot be combined with other offer. Expires 4/30/2026.
As the four Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice two significant modifications. The wingman, Lieutenant Schneider and Lieutenant Hubin, still maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation. However, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel Double Farvel. Setting up for their next maneuver. Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they'll complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a combined closure rate of nearly 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. To the right, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation, still maintaining minimum separation. The pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees off their flight path towards Captain Bryan's aircraft. They'll climb up through vertical under heavy G as they perform the very difficult 5-plane line abreast loop. You have seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The 2 solo pilots will next demonstrate precision roll rate control. Crossing center point, they'll roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation roll. Is rolling out the Diamond for their next maneuver, the barrel roll break. He'll climb up through vertical, roll the formation 90 degrees, and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver. To the right, the 2 solo pilots are making their approach to the flight line. Approaching show center, they'll simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double tuckover roll. From behind the crowd, Captain Bryan is rolling out the Diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low break cross. Crossing center point. Each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they'll perform a reversal turn and head back towards the flight line. You should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 4 aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. To the right, Lieutenant Commander O'Donnell and Major Lux are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the F-18 in the clean configuration. They'll pass before you virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide the slow speed handling that sets the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Section High Alpha Pass. In front of the crowd to the left, the Diamond is rolling out to demonstrate the awesome power of these General Electric F414 engines. Let's listen as Captain Brian calls for the selection of Afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over Show Center, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust.